What's going on, YouTube? So I just got back from a 7,300 mile road trip, and let's take a look at what the outside of the car looks like. I think the light bar is the most noticeable with the amount of dead bugs that we have on here. My diffuser flew off several videos ago, so I just cut out a piece of wood and then duct taped it on here because it makes a huge difference in the miles per gallon. So I definitely wanted to put something on there. I'll fix that later. Here's all the bugs on the front. We're gonna go take this to get a car wash later, and then I also have to take the roof rack off to take to the Autobody shop. When we were driving on the road, the little mud flap fender flew off. That was kind of my bad. It was loose because I kicked it off when I got stuck in the snow, and I should have put a new plastic tab in the side, the fender well, but I didn't, so that came loose. It blew off, and then the fender liner started flapping around, and that's where I had my underglow wire tucked in. So the underglow wire came out, started flapping on the side of the car. I pulled into a gas station to tuck it back in there and tape it back up, but there was a line at the gas station to get gas. This one guy came up, started talking to me. I got distracted and I never taped it back up in there, so I started flapping around and the wire got ripped out. So I got to take a look at the damage to the underglow. I may be able to put the wires back together, but they're LED with all the crazy color combinations, so there might be a data wire in there too. So we'll see what happened there. Lots of dirt. Wash me. You're like, oh, you're scratching your car. It's all right. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm really interested in the back rear bumper on both sides. I'm assuming this is from all the rubber flying off the tire. You know, I just did about a year's worth of driving in 10 days. The other side is kind of the same. Some little gas drool here. This is interesting along the door frame. Pretty sure it's like that on the other side as well. Yeah. Here's where my trunk got pushed in. Some light scratch across the center in the hole. Then later I realized that when I got rear-ended, my roof rack slid forward, scratched the shit out of there. It moved 6 inches forward. I already pushed it back a little bit, but then it dented the roof frame, whatever you want to call that. So let's go get this cleaned up, and then I got to get the roof rack off and take it to the Autobody shop. Clean. Everything's topped off. Check underneath. I know some of the body panels are loose. There's plastic diffuser panels. I'm gonna pull it in and around real quick and see if the underglow is salvageable in the corner. One wire ripped, so I'm not sure if it's one solid power wire, or if there's a power wire and a data cable to make it do all the crazy light stuff. So, and we are left with this. So I'm gonna strip and tape these off and see if the left half of the driver's side of the car works. Let's see if I have half an underglow set or a blown fuse. Oh man, we got the back, we got the side, and I should have half the front. 7,300 mile review right there. So the roof cargo basket is completely disconnected. Solar cable disconnected and just laid on top. I don't want to disassemble it on the car, so I'm waiting for my neighbor to come home. Hopefully he can help me lift it up on the other side. I'll lift up this side and then we'll just carry it and put it on my rock climbing pad. I'm going to take off the back crossbar and then leave the front crossbar on for now because I have to make a quick disconnect for the light bar. So right now, since I'm waiting for my neighbor to come home, I'm going to work on the underglow, start ripping that off the car. So what happened there is I had to disconnect the power wire from the fuse box that was in my solar box, and it was underneath the charge controller. So basically I had to remove my solar setup to disconnect the power to the underglow strip. So when I redo this, the solar setup will not be in the spare tire area, but when I redo this, I am definitely going to make everything more accessible to use. I can only imagine the auto repair guy, if he wanted to like, oh, let me just remove the spare tire to like do some body work, and he's like, what is this? How do I remove this? Nah, it's kind of a pain. Anyway, but now I'm gonna get back to removing that underglow strip. Oh boy, removing the underglow strip took a lot longer than anticipated, and plus I had to remove a lot more stuff in the trunk than I wanted to, or than I planned on. So I don't know how long that time lapse took. It definitely killed the battery. The neighbor came home, we took the roof basket off. It looks so naked. I still have to make the quick disconnect for the light so I can pop that off, put it away when I take it to the body shop, and then I could take the two crossbars off. But right now, I'm gonna remove the CB antenna. Hopefully that's easy. Just pop the vent off, unbolt the two wires that are attached to the antenna, and then pull it through the vent in the side, and then put all the plastic back together. That is the game plan. Alright, we're pretty much back to normal. No roof rack. Just gotta clean this wire up, make a disconnect lower, and then when I reattach this to the light bar, it'll be fine, blah, 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 blah. And then my solar cables, I'm gonna leave here, tape up in a bag and tape to the roof, since they're only gonna be repainting the roof rails. I don't wanna hold the solar cables here, that's gonna be a pain. Not too much of a pain, it'll probably take like a few minutes, but oh, I don't gotta drive that far, so it'll be fine just taped to the roof. All right, the Honda Fit is all ready to go into the Autobody shop. It's gonna be there roughly about 2 or 3 weeks. While it's gone, I got some side projects I can work on. I took some interior dimensions. I'm gonna get busy building some things. That way when the Fit comes back, I could just throw everything in the car, throw on the roof rack, click it in, back on the road. Thank you everybody for watching. Sorry for the delay in the camping videos, but at least my car wasn't too bad.